wonder if it's edible.
Good morning, everyone. How is it going today? Sweet Money here. We are back playing again. Some Programmer Farmer. How you doing, Arrow? I remember now that what put me off from this game, the grind. I think the unlocks are way too expensive. I don't know about that because, like, I think you start making things more exponentially anyway. Like it just feels like an incremental to me, where you make things exponentially faster, and then the costs are exponentially greater. I don't know. I haven't noticed the costs being super crazy. We got a 12 by 12 grid right now, and we're gonna start working on cactus and sunflowers and maybe mazes, I think. I don't know. It seems fine. Maybe I haven't hit the wall yet. Like the last unlock is like 1 billion or something like that. I think that was supposed to be like the people pleaser. I just need all the achievements kind of unlock, but otherwise they haven't been too bad. But we'll see. We'll see. And I don't think I have much else for you. I still got pneumonia. It's still random coughing fits. Hopefully we don't have one midstream. Hopefully the internet holds up for us today. So we had a little bit of a dropout yesterday, and blah, 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 blah. I started watching Andor, the second season, because I had not gotten around to that. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Everybody knows that. All right, let's play some game. Let's get some music. There we go. I'll try to remember. Well, I don't need to remember. I was just about to say that. I actually remembered that I stopped the stream yesterday, and Hex commented on 2 songs playing. I'm like, what? And I just completely forgotten that Spotify was playing. And in my like post credits, the music gets turned all the way down. So I think that was back when I used to use Spotify as a well, but then that wouldn't make any sense. I don't know what happened, because like I used to use Spotify. Oh, because yeah, I used to use Spotify for my intro song. Now I just got a local, and I would mute the music to myself, so like I could hear for like raids and stuff, like while the ending song was playing. That's what happened. Now I don't use the music slider at all for my intro, so I just added to the post show profile that music goes down. Just off, so now I won't forget. Now there shouldn't be 2 songs playing at the outro. All right, let's load. So we have a couple of goals today. Oh boy, here is our farm. And I don't know if we're gonna keep our little Xcode chat thing down here, or if we're gonna move it off to like a side and like be a little taller. I don't know yet, but we might also condense these. But I do like watching them run. Right now we got our main function checks if we have under 10,000 pumpkins, and if we do, it checks to see that we have more than 500 carrots. That's just an arbitrary number that I picked. And if we have those 2 things, we start making some pumpkins. If we don't, we start just a generic crop rotation. So if I start this, we should make some pumpkins. And it should fill up this entire 12 by 12 grid of pumpkins. Which I think we can also, if we're just going to do the whole grid every time, I can just do pumpkin size as get world size. Are you doing the coding now in an external tool and then copy it into the game? No, you don't need to copy it. There's a setting for file watching. So you just need to load the files into your... That would be silly. I mean, not that I haven't done it in other games, but... come on now. So in our pumpkins now, we can actually just change this to get world size. Yeah, it's VS Code, but the reason I like VS Code, and it's displayed as I just saved that right now, is that I can edit without the program stopping. Like, I can leave it running while I'm writing new code. You hate VS Code? It's Electron poop? I think it's about great. You do hate a lot of things, though, so that tracks. And then I added a nice little harvest on the front, so I don't have to, like, if we have a full pumpkin here, I don't have to worry about it just getting destroyed. God damn, there's a lot of dead pumpkins in this batch. I initially had us bailing out early, but I didn't find, like, the best solution to that right away. So, like, where if we found the wrong pumpkin, we would, like, go back to the start. But I think this is fine. It makes it a lot simpler. I don't have to, like, start the count over and all that. And we got pumpkins. So the thing we're not doing is this only gets checked when we start the full routine. I think eventually we'll do the loop in main, and we'll have, actually eventually we'll just have sections for each type of crop, pretty much. When do we unlock multiple thingies? Unlock automatically unlocks things. Unlocks mega farm. Both of these just say, oh, these are auto unlocks. Ah, so every 5,000 pumpkins we have, it automatically unlocks new stuff or something? Like that we just go spiral into more stuff. I think, maybe. I don't know. One of the notes about the 1.0 release was multiple drones. And that did make me think, where is that? Because I didn't see a multiple drones thing. Test faster and under reproducible conditions. Set speed. Like, I don't see an extra. I don't see an extra unlock for. We got top hat. Hey Leaf, how you doing? What's this? The cost of things. Oh, that's kind of nice. How much does that cost? Costs. Any cost can be represented as a dictionary, then maps items to numbers. Get cost function returns dictionary. It returns the cost of a plant or an unlock. Get cost entities dot pumpkin returns items dot carrot 1. Wait, pumpkins cost like 4 carrots. Hopefully this is just an example. For unlocks, an optional second argument can be passed for the unlock level you want. Get the cost for. By default, it's the current unlock level. For unlocks that are already at max level, get cost will return none. Use like this, get cost something for item in cost. Amount of this item needed equals cost item. Okay. I'm doing all right. Just getting started today. Glad to see you're doing well. I think I want to start with sections, maybe. Like if we can modularize this, that would be cool. Or should we just go into the sunflowers first? Hey Vampiric, how you doing? We could go into the sunflowers first. This is farming in the future. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, we're out of carrots again. Would be a good time to like redo this. But now if we stop this and we start it again, we should start growing normal crops. So like the functionality's there, we just don't have it built into our like main loop yet. Hey Frozen, just bought this. I've never done coding. I'm so confused. I'm really interested to see like if you stick with it for a little bit, how you feel. But if you have any questions or anything, just let me know, because we have a lot of people that code in this chat usually, and I'm one of them. But like I saw this game as a like the beginnings, you know, were fairly dumbed down, but just for me, like I could still see it as this would be good for somebody who doesn't know anything. So I would be interested in seeing like how you're faring after a little bit of time. Did you buy the game for learning or because it looked fun and then you figured you'd figure it out? I can't get it to harvest the trees. I can't get it to right where it's waiting for the bush to fully grow. Okay. Timers are a little bit weird. I don't think there's like a sleep. Now, bushes can be next to each other. Or are you actually talking about the trees? Trees can be next to each other. They just take twice as long to grow for each tree that they're next to. The if can harvest thing is confusing. Well, we have that in a single place. Right here. Like this is literally all you need. Like if you're not telling your bot to not move, then just if can harvest. And then you would probably follow this with whatever either function you're using or just a simple plant entities.tree. Not treasure. That'd be cool to plant. That's all right. Hey, if you're brand new, coding is mostly about learning the concepts, and everything else is just syntax. So once you learn like what a loop is and what an if statement is, the rest of it is just learning a language, pretty much. And you can kind of take those skills anywhere, for like any language, pretty much, as long as the languages have the same like objective languages versus functional languages. There's a little bit of a divide there, but so then after we get a bunch of carrots, we could start our pumpkins again, but we don't really need pumpkins anymore right now. So we'll just let this run, and while we figure out what we want to do next. I want to undo so I don't have to save this. That little dot would bother me. So I want to get, like, we have a 12 by 12 grid right now. So for the things that we have, we could do like this rotation that we got now in a 6 by 6. We can do the pumpkins in a 6 by 6, and then we could do sunflowers in a 6 by 6 and a maybe cactus in the other 6 by 6 until we upgrade again. So you're writing in Python, then copying the game. How are you doing this? There is an option for file watching. And I actually don't remember where exactly I found. If you turn that on, it says it disables autosaves, which I guess, I don't know, I haven't had any crashes. So I found a spot somewhere. First program, maybe? External editor. And then save folder will pop up your saves, and then I just opened this folder in VS Code. So anytime I save a file in here, it updates in here. Because if I go to like start typing in this file on in the game, he stops moving. I don't like that. Like, I like to brainstorm and like do some coding while my work is getting done. That's kind of the whole point of an automation game, right? So with an external, it doesn't stop the program until I save the file. I started out with the built-in editor, and I wasn't too concerned about it until I couldn't do anything without like the entire application stopping. And that got annoying, so. Especially because things are expensive. What else do we got? Mazes we need. Is that like fertilizer or something? What is the thing that this is unlocking with? Little thing there. I mean, it comes off of the fertilizer, so I'd assume that's what it is. Use items. Oh wait, no, fertilizer's up here. I really don't know what that little thing is. What's that little nugget? It looks like natural fertilizer. We need treasure chest for that. 64,000. And then 12,000 wood. Oh, we can upgrade that one more time. We maxed out our speed already. There's really not much more to unlock aside from like the tiers of each of the things. Mega farm. Oh, that's there it is. It even looks like a goddamn drone. What was I, blind? We can get 5 more drones by unlocking the mega farm. So we got to get to maze. I don't know what that is. I guess, oh, that's right. I remember now. Right. The side effects. We get weird substance. When the plant is infected, half of its yield is turned into weird substance when it's harvested. Weird substance can be used on plants, which has the effect of toggling the infected status of the plant and all adjacent plants. So, what if we start using fertilizer on some stuff? You know what? Let's make a new thing for that. Fertile. Let's call this weird. Weird substance. .py. I really don't care about the growing faster stuff. I cannot like grab this anywhere to move it out of the way. Okay, are we just not allowing me to click anywhere? Jesus. Put that down there. I wonder if the guy that made this thought that a bunch of newbie coders were gonna give it a shot. I would harvest a guess that that was probably one of his goals. Like, just by the way everything's structured and how it's presented, it feels like very teachy. So I would not be surprised. All right, so let's open up weird substance and we'll say from util import plant till or till plant. And what else? What else we got that we can use? I guess move serpentine. And we'll do def. Start. No, actually, we don't want to start you. I'm going to start you from the main. So I think to start, I'm just going to do grass because it doesn't cost anything to plant grass. And we can just clear. We can while true. And then for get world size. Wait, is this how we do everything? Yeah, get range. Get the world size, then we do our harvesting if we need to, and everything else, and then we just do this at the end. That's how we move. So we're gonna say if get entity type, entities dot grass, continue. I know, but that's not going to move then. So let's do not equals grass. No, you know what? We don't even have to check that. Let's say if it is entities dot weird substance, or is it items? What does it give us? Oops. Weird substance. Items, not weird substance. On a bush to grow a maze. Oh, you use the weird substance in order to grow the maze. or on other plants to toggle their infection status. Obtained from infected plants, fertilizing plants infects them. Okay. I did not know that that is how you make mazes. We haven't actually unlocked mazes yet, because we don't have the weird substance. What am I looking for here? I thought it was for... Okay. I don't know why this pulls up such a long thing on fertilizer, but I can't find it in the other menu. When a plant is infected, half of its yield is turned into weird substance. Can we detect infection? Can harvest, get ground type, do a flip, tick count, world size, harvest, len, list max, measure. That's for sunflowers. Num unlocked. Pet the piggy. Plant print, quick print, random range, set, stir, swap, till, and use item. But like, does that mean I have to keep track of what's fertilized? No. Watering. That's like kind of what it seems like. I don't see a function for testing for how much fertilizer. Wait, can I just do get? Because get item is gonna tell me how many I have in my inventory, right? Get item. Oh my god, I can type. Get. Get water, get time. Fertilize. There's only 8 instances, so... Fertilize is an item. Oh, because I keep thinking about fertilizers being the thing that I need to look for. I'm looking for weird substance. Or how to detect weird substance. So I probably don't need to look. Item. But it's also just an item. Weird substance. Use item weird substance on a bush. Should grow on a bush. Grow a maze or other plants to toggle their infection status. Obtained from infected plants. Fertilizing plants infects them. Does it spread more than once? All right, you know what? We're just going to test it. Because why the hell not? Let's just do, for now, till plant. Entities, grass. And then use if you know what, let's do if if we're on an even number. Module 2 is 0, and count, nope, get num items, items dot fertilizer is greater than 0, of course. Then use items dot fertilizer. Right? So we're just going to plant some grass. We're going to use fertilizer on it. And oh wait, we want to do one more and. I want to check. I'm going to change this a little bit. This is going to be Y, because it is technically Y. And we're going to add another for loop. Instead of just doing this repeatedly, we'll actually track our X position as well. Although I could just get our X position. I actually think this would be more efficient as far as the game's like mystery tick thing goes. So then we want and X modulo 2 is even as well. So if all of those are even, we'll use the fertilizer. So then it should like space them out in like a grid. And then if they only infect the neighbors, that should get everybody. Right? I think. Anything else we need? This should just work, right? Yep, we don't need anything else. Let's just go to main. Weird. Yep. Gotta import it. Import weird. What? Why do I got .py? Oh, I named the one here .py. And we'll probably want to keep this up just to keep an eye on the code. All right. Now weird substance. And then weird substance dot start. Let's see if that works. Oh, I see the purple. Did I read that wrong? I think I read that wrong. Hold up a second. Right. Where are you? Is it fertilizer? I guess it's in both. In the weird substance and fertilizer. Use item. Instantly remove 2 seconds of the plant's grow time. On a bush to grow a maize. Fertilizing plants infects them. But I thought I saw somewhere that Oh. Is it? Was it like if I use the... If I like flip this, then all the surrounding tiles get infected? Because that could be an interesting way to like save on fertilizer. Unlocks fertilizer. There's the longer one. Plants grown with fertilizer will be infected. When a plant is infected, half its yield is turned into weird substance when it's harvested. Weird substance can also be used on plants, which has the effect of toggling the infected status of the plant and all adjacent plants. Yeah, so that's kind of what it's trying to say to do. So how would I math that out? So we would need like to start with this one and then use a weird substance on it to turn these three, and then we'd have to go like up two more. We're trying to like, what would be the best way to get the most weird substance out of our fertilizer? But we'd have to actually use the weird substance too, so I guess we gotta kind of have to harvest this stuff. I'm gonna go with this for right now. And I kind of don't want to clear. Gonna be a little weird while we harvest everything. Although I think I might be using fertilizer, aren't I? Yep. All right, knock that off. All right, we'll start with clear, and then I'll just use this, which will get me some weird substance. I mean, we could be really easy about it, and we could just do the weird substance in a little 9x or 3x3. Actually, let me just do that. Let's just do 3 and 3, and we will no longer do that check. We'll just do if we got fertilizer and X is going to be 0, 1, and Y is going to be 1. So X equals 1 and Y equals 1. Then we'll... Oh, wait. But we got to see if... Okay. Excuse me. We're going to add the if can harvest up top. That's going to be our first step. And then we'll plant our grass. Now, if we have fertilizer, I just wish I had a way to test that there was fertilizer down. Or just test the infected status. Like, how are we supposed to test the infected status? Or is that the whole point? Like, I'm supposed to keep track of that myself? Excuse me. Excuse me. Infected. Is there an entry for infected? Obtained from infected plants. Fertilizing plants infects them. And harvest. I don't know if there's like something kind of in one of these other functions that I missed. Expand and expand 2. Oh. Expand 1. Your farm has grown. Oh, this is just the unlocks. Okay, yeah, that's right. And harvest, change hat, clear, dict, do a flip, it cost. Yeah, what was the explanation for, yeah, dictionaries, it talked about, you know, using the north, east, southwest thing, which I think would make easier traversing, possibly. Timing, get time, get count, quick print, sunflowers, speed, senses. Senses is probably get entity type and get ground type. But none of them are get any types for none if there's no entity. I'm going to find out how many of particular unlock you have. Num unlocked, num unlocked, num unlocked, num unlocked, num unlocked. None of those are what I need. I mean, I could just test, I suppose. Get we're just gonna move all this in, so we're not gonna repeat it. We'll just do one loop. And we're also not going to clear. So then we should plant one fertilizer there. And we'll do a quick print. Get entity type. Don't think that's going to do anything for us, but we'll check it out. Hey, you're supposed to be doing 3. Wait, what? Weird substance that start. We're supposed to start. Oh, because we stopped. I gotcha. Okay. But you were supposed to also do a 3x3. Here, we'll let you do clear. Why are you going further? Or X in range 3. Because our serpentine is weird. Move. Oh, you know what? Our serpentine might not actually take into account the new double 4s. It should. It should, because the wait, maybe that's the reason, because I don't have it in the right place. I think it's got to go there. I think. Nope. Okay. Let's just go back to the basics. Move north and move east. Nope. Of course that wouldn't work because all right, let me check our serpentine here. Are we checking get world size? Yeah, we are. So can I do a function inside of here? World size equals get world size. And then this just becomes world size. And we shouldn't have to change anything else. We can just change this. But is that in that spot? No, that is in our main loop. It's nested one more time. And then we just say 3 as our world size. There we go. Beautiful. All right, and then this, like, we have access to that information. Or kind of. Oh. If I get, no, because that would be get item. Can I count what's on here? If I can count what's on here, then I'll know that there's not just one thing, and that will tell us if it's infected. Right? Maybe. We also got the printing. What did it print for me? Debug. I don't know where like the output page is. Entity's not grass. Okay, yeah, I kind of assumed. I suppose I could just leave this up. Or I can just open output.txt, I suppose. Yeah, we'll just leave that open then. I'll throw it in the back. All right, so weird substance. Get the entity type. What about get a num? Num items? No, because that's going to be count. Damn. There's no way to really see. You can only see what the type is. I mean, if I keep track, I can keep track of it, but that just feels very breakable, you know? If I could just have a little variable tracking. Yeah, I put down fertilizer. So then the next time I pass by there, we just... Well, I guess that's how we kind of have to do it then. If we're going to do this small little patch, and I don't know if we're going to do like more. Actually, what we would do is we would just do this in different locations. We would just do 3x3s. You know, just add another 3x3. And like every time. The hardest part about... No, it won't really be that hard, I don't think. I think moving the drone to exactly where I want them to go is going to be more complicated than I want it to be. But... Nah, because we can just read their XY at every move to see where they are and just keep moving until we get where we want. Let's do... Okay, well, quick print isn't doing shit for us, so get rid of that. Are we just gonna have to... This feels so, like, caveman. I don't like it. Harvest. Num unlock, num items. Num items you currently have in your inventory. That is not what I'm looking for. And can harvest didn't say it had anything extra to report. Just a true or a false. All right. So we just do an initial setup. So our setup is just going to be, actually, hold up. Yeah, we don't need to erase all this because we'll use it. This will be our loop after setup, which we will do forever. So setup is going to be after a clear. Setup, middle fertilizer. So we'll just move north, move east, use item. Items on fertilizer. Because once we have this fertilized, we should... Nope. We are going to have to do this over and over again. Because after we add the weird substance, then we're going to get... where that's going to turn into uninfected in the middle. Okay. So we're just going to think about this linearly and hope it works out. So while true, set up middle fertilizer. We're going to move northeast. You know what? Excuse me. Sorry. I didn't hit the mute button. Let's go into util. Def. Move to. Target X, target Y. And we're going to go... I don't know if it's going to let me do this, but... It doesn't let me do any other single line stuff. So I cannot imagine it will. Man, I am terrible at typing today. Or from util import move to 0 0. Did not pop an error. It actually does let me assign both. That's cool. Okay. So we'll get our current X and Y position, and then positions are always 0 down here, and they go up this way and that way, right? So we'll never be negative. So if our target X is 0 and we're on 2, or our target Y, whatever, 0 minus 2, we're gonna move down 2, right? Yeah, we just do like a little Manhattan thing. Or in range, target Y minus Y, move. Okay, we're gonna have to check if Y diff if Y diff is less than 0, then we're gonna move south, else move north. And then X diff then 4 in range. I don't know if we have, I don't think we have to subtract one. If anything, we have to add one. No, we'll be fine. I really wish they'd let me do the single line. Like the perfect thing right here. X diff is less than 0. Move west, else move east. Okay, so move 2 should be fine. I don't know how efficient this is going to be or how well this is going to work, but it should work. So if we say move to 0, we go to 0. We say move to 1010, we go to 1010. Beautiful. Easy peasy. And we should be able to use that anywhere. I'm actually worried that it works already. No, it's a fairly simple function. All right, so move 2 works now. So now we don't have to clear in order to move our guy back to 0, which is something we're going to want to do. We will clear to start, but then here we're going to want to move to 0, 0. And then, well, actually, I guess technically we want to move 1, 1. And then we don't need to do that at all. So that's nice. And in the future, when we have this being offset, like I think what I'm going to do is have the start thing like take an offset. The only problem is going to be keeping track of like where our guy is. I guess he's going to have to like serpentine in each square, and then he's gonna like jump to the offset location and then do it again. Something like that. I don't know. We can work on that next. I'm feeling more confident about it. Move to 1-1. Use fertilizer. Move to 0-0. And oh, we do have the strange. So if I use item items dot weird substance, can I just use them back to back? So that should immediately like infect this one and then infect everything around it. And I don't think we care about harvesting this square at all. We could just for like the extra grass. Like since we're here, we'll just harvest it. And then current direction is north. Right now, we don't want to harvest that. We want to harvest 1-1. So then we go into the loop, the serpentine, and if can harvest, which we should be. It's grass. It grows pretty damn quick. And then plant. We don't even have to plant grass, right? Grass just regrows. So why am I even doing that? If num items, fertilizer. So then we're not doing that anymore. So this is just going to be a harvest and do your serpentine thing. And then when that's done, it should set up another one. Okay. Oops. I guess I didn't save the main yet, or I didn't change the main yet. It only does the 4. Okay. So that could... That could make it easier to do like a full map. Because then we basically just need to loop the setup until we've covered like basically this tile. And then we go up to this tile. So what we were doing before on the Modulo 2. Hey, Muse, how's it going? I'm feeling mostly, I'm like at 80%. I got some pneumonia and just a little pneumonia.
Do I really look like a guy?
And a
you know what I am?
And a touch of strep throat.
I wouldn't know what to
So
do
that's a
with it if I
fun little
caught it.
mix. Jay Lurk, Necro. So what we were doing before when we were doing the modulo thing, basically we're just going to do the setup move on each of those even things, where we're going to activate the fertilizer, then activate the weird substance, and then move to the next one. I think that's going to be our goal here. Yeah, 80% is decent enough. The really like annoying thing is just like the cough is just this really quick tickle in the back of your throat that you can't like help at all. Well, it's just when it starts, it's just hard to stop. So that's basically all I got now is just like a cough that's bothering me and hurts a little bit. But hopefully in another day or two the antibiotics kick in and we're feeling a lot better. This is still accumulating some pretty decent weird substance. cough and brain fog are the most annoying parts. Man, those first 2 days, like, I'm not one for, I pretend to be a baby when I'm sick, just to kind of annoy my wife, but like, I don't feel great when I'm sick, but I just had like a fever for two straight days, and I didn't feel like I could move. It was just like nothing but weakness and not wanting to do anything. And then after that, it was like, okay, well, now that's gone, but I still got this stupid chest thingy. So I was going to wait another day and go today, but my wife convinced me to just go to the ER right away, and I did. So they took x-rays and swabbed me for COVID, which I'd already tested for. And then they swabbed me for strep. And I didn't have a sore throat at that point. I'd had one for like a second the first day after the fever broke. But after that, I was like, no, my throat doesn't hurt at all. So they're just like, just in case. And that came up positive. I was mostly surprised by that. I was not surprised by the pneumonia at all. I was like, yeah, it's chest pain every time I cough. And that's kind of what pneumonia is, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know what caused all this stuff. It was probably my daughter. She was sick a couple weeks ago, and my theory is just like it was a lot of bacteria festering in here for a little bit, and my body had enough. We'd gone to Chuck E. Cheese. It's like a kids arcade for my niece's birthday party. So I was around a shit ton of kids on Saturday before the Sunday fever kicked in. So that was probably the petri dish that like just jump started all the crap that was already growing inside me. I think that's my thoughts. My wife just kept telling me, you wouldn't be sick like this sick already, like the next day. Like, well, if it was brewing and this was just like the last drop of the ingredient, like when you see the animated scientist like add one little drop and the whole thing yeah, it was just 2 days of really bad, and then it's been fine since then. Just coughing fits every few hours maybe. But yes, another programming game. This is pretty cool. It's an automation game, but you're automating with Python. And I mean, I already thought it was pretty cool, but then as we unlock some new stuff, I realized that the different crops that you unlock have like different things that are basically programming challenges for you. Like this fertilizer, which isn't even a new crop. This is just another new thing. This fertilizer, excuse me, is interesting because it halves your yield, but the other half is a weird substance, and if you could just do that and use up all your fertilizer, because you only get so much fertilizer. You get, I think I get like 0.4 per second right now at its current upgrade level. So I might not be able to use it like forever. Like forever on end, and like just every plant just put some fertilizer on it, and then we'll just take advantage of that weird substance. But if you put the weird substance on an already infected plant, it will infect the adjacent plants. So I put the substance on, or I fertilize this and then put a substance on it. So these 4 here get infected. And since I'm getting 8 weird substance for each these I collect, I'm basically just like quadrupling my my fertilizer. And we just got this to work on a 3x3 grid, so now I'm thinking about how we want to like try to get maximum coverage here. If only they could do all 8 squares. But we do still have other things to look into. Again, I want to segregate and like be able to define the exact like grid that I want. So like just do this on a 6x6 here and a 6x6 up here for this. What's the next upgrade cost, by the way? Expand 64,000 pumpkins. Oh yeah, I could show off the coolness of the pumpkins to anybody who has shown up fairly recently. I don't know, this is pretty good for right now. We already got 10,000. So we'll just comment that out. And oops. Actually, I'm just gonna tell it to make pumpkins because we have more than 20,000, so it wouldn't do it down here. And then this is the challenge for pumpkins, is that you could just go and harvest them like your other crops, but if you have a larger one, they're worth exponentially more. So these 2x2s are worth like 2 times 2 times the yield. And then that 3x3 up there is worth 3 times 3. So it's like it gets a lot bigger. It's not just like you're gonna get the same amount in each tile. So making big pumpkins is really beneficial. So this is how we ended up yesterday, is figuring out how to make that pumpkin. And then the drone is going to do its scan to make sure that it's got all the pieces it needs. And what we really need to do is just bail out. I wonder if that's something that we can easily get done. The problem we had is when we told it to bail, so pumpkins needed. Like I basically just want to, if it finds, oh, you know what we could do? If we find, yeah. Hold up. I think the problem was actually that we weren't moving back home. So that's why it was just sitting there waiting. So, planter pass. Can harvest and return 1. Plant or pass result equals plant or pass. And then we just subtract plant or pass result. But we also check. Does this game work on my office machine without a GPU? Let's see what I'm running at here. Running 595, 559. Nope, now it's down to my VSync rate. I mean, I don't imagine you would have very many problems, but this starts at like 100, I think, and I turned it up to 200. I have no idea what the difference is. All right, so right here, if we say if plant or past result equals I'm gonna make this -1 again. I think that's gonna complicate things, but that's okay. Because if it's grass, then we gotta till it, and that's fine. Like but then we know we just planted a pumpkin there. So if it's 0, which means we did not plant a new pumpkin and it can't be harvested. So if it's 0, then we're going to move to, which is a new function we just made. So we need to import that. Move to 0, 0. And F pumpkins needed for num see pumpkin size. Pumpkins needed for pumpkin size and probably would run it simple enough. How you doing, Neo? Yeah, I don't think there would be a problem, but like it's not chugging. I'm getting a steady frame rate, but this is also a gaming machine, so I guess I can't for sure say how it runs on low end hardware, GPU wise. And then we're just gonna reset pumpkins needed. Pumpkins needed. And Curter low. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna do Curter north. Then else keep on counting. So this should reset everything. I actually don't know why we don't set Curter to north automatically or every time inside the while. I actually feel like we should. Oh wait, can I just break? Hold up. Just break. This for loop is, well, this for loop's gonna keep on going though. Is there a way to keep up to like break out of both loops? I don't know if that's a Python thing. You know what? I'm just gonna test it. I think it's gonna stay in the same row. Like worst case, we got to redefine pumpkins needed. So now when we get to this pumpkin, all right, he's got to like count a couple more. I actually don't think this is faster because it keeps on going around. The only thing that slows down is the, yeah, this is definitely not faster. The only thing that slows down the other way is the final count. Oh, and that just broke too. And now it's breaking where it's going. My logic was if we find a dead one. Yeah, kinda. If we find a dead one, we go back to the start and we start counting again, because that's how it counts how many pumpkins are good to go. And that's how it knows it's time to harvest. And the final count, usually like it has to do one more kind of pass to do a final count, it seems. But this is much worse. So we are gonna not do this at all. We're gonna revert. Keeps resetting. Yeah, that was the idea. And I have discovered was a bad idea. So that's fine. That's something we can discover. That's something I discover often whilst doing code of some sort. You know, one thing that might get us around that is keeping track of the good pumpkins. See, like this is the worst case scenario, is that it needs to do like another full pass to count. I don't think that would be that hard to add. Instead of the pumpkins needed. Yeah, instead of pumpkins needed, good pumpkins, and we'll do, hey Tateka, if you use fertilizer, wouldn't it be faster to just plant, check health, replant, or move on? Fertilizer would infect, which would have our production. I wonder what... That does make me interested in what would happen if this whole thing was infected. Like, does this whole thing become infected? You just made me very curious. But yeah, I could make them grow faster. I could use water to grow them faster. We could maybe eke out a couple seconds. The first iteration that I was trying to do, the drone ended up like stopping on the dead pumpkins and just like waiting there for them to finish growing again. So like sometimes it would take a couple of tries, but that didn't work too bad either. I'm really interested in seeing if the infection Goes everywhere. So when we first start, we're just going to try this once. Used fert equals false. If used fert equals false, use item. Items dot fert. Like, we should be on 1-1 here. So I want to just infect that one spot. Is that infected? Doesn't look infected. Oh, because we tilled it. That's why. Okay. Let's do... I keep forgetting to click on my window here, and then like the whole game zooms. Probably need to recheck the bad pumps to see if any failed again. Yeah, we would still have to make more passes. Honestly, this is like a non-issue, but it might be an issue if I try to make like a gigantic pumpkin on a much larger farm. But like, I'm trying to mitigate that last check. So like, if I replace this pumpkin here, and then we got to do like the whole thing again. Actually, I think even when I replace the pumpkin on this side, yeah, because it'll still be one short. So then I got to do a whole loop. I basically have to do, once the whole pumpkin is finished, I have to do one full pass to count everything again. And I think I can get around that by using a cassette instead and just storing the coordinates of all the good pumpkins. If I come across a good pumpkin, then it's going in the set and we never have to check it again. So then, no matter what, once I find the last good pumpkin, I can just harvest and start over. And we can still even check the length to just see if it's whatever the number of pumpkins we need is, which is probably the easiest way to do that. So this needs to be right here. So if used fert equals false, then use fert. Oh, you know what? I never even set used fert to true. So we would have just used all of our fertilizer. I thought the reverse was the list of bad pumpkins is empty harvest. Yeah, we could do that too. As I'm checking, so if we plant or pass, we'll see. Yeah, we could probably do that too. I know my way's a bit more simplistic, and it'll basically just get rid of that last pass. But with our new move to function, technically, after we plant everything the first time, we could do another pass that would just check for dead pumpkins and like try to replant them, and then we just use that set of dead pumpkin list to move directly to those points until they're all fine. That is another way. Lots of ways. This should work, right? Let's just do... Okay, that looks infected. Gives me 2 pumpkin, and I think we'll know as soon as these guys... As soon as we can turn this into a bigger pumpkin, we'll know. Because you know how much weird substance we can get just by, like, putting 1 pumpkin infection? And I think... Oh, no. Oh, wait. No, we only get 10. Why do we only get 10? Let's see what the final tally is. I also don't remember how much pumpkin we get. Is that we only get 12. We're only gonna get 12 weird substance for a gigantic pumpkin versus the 2 for the smaller one. All right, so that's definitely not worth it. I was super curious about if like the whole thing would get cut in half and then give me a lot of weird substance, and that would just be our mode for getting weird substance forever. Well, but that one spot. So I think if we did do like the every other square kind of thing, like the checkerboard pattern, it might yield a little bit better. All right, let's see if we're not going to worry about that though. Let's see if we can. Let's move that back in the middle. So you know what? I'm actually going to try the Bad Pumpkins set. Bad Pumpkins. And I think you just got it for 1 spot, but scaled up because of the merge bonus. Yeah. That's what it feels like. So this is going to be, we're going to go back to, oops. So we'll go back to plant or pass results equals plant or pass. And then just comment that out for a second. If plant or pass result equals 0, which means it was a bad pumpkin. So this is just going to be the initial setup, and then we got to do another set of loops. Like the next set of loops is going to be going through our bad pumpkin list, which is also fine. So if it's 0, then bad pumpkins dot append. We're not allowed to use sets here, or do I just have to set it manually? Sets. Oh wait, no, is sets are add. My bad. I always forget that. I don't know why sets and lists are like, they're very similar. I'm sure there's some intricate details that I don't know about, but to me, sets are just lists that can't hold duplicate information. Like that's the dumbed down version of them. So I don't feel like they need totally different methods for adding and stuff. So add, and then we'll add a tuple of xy. And we are going to actually use the x now. Okay. I mean, what we really... let me just do... like, we're going to do an initial plant. So I'm going to simplify this. Although this already does give us all the information that we need. Wait, what is... doesn't get entity type return none if it's a dead pumpkin? I might be able to use that and then return like the actual entity underneath it instead of just a 0. Get entity type. No, that doesn't help us. Pumpkins. Pumpkins. Oh, can harvest will always return false on dead pumpkins. That was the extra thingy. Do we have like dead pumpkins as a thing we can look at? Pumpkin. Nope. All right. So yeah, this is going to be quite a rework here, but I think it's fine. So while true, and let's just do 4 in range, get world size. Is get world size free? Because like, this is over optimizing, but like calling it over and over, it takes 1 tick to execute. So if it takes 1 tick to execute, we should just do that. Right? And like variables are 1 tick or something. So that would be like 2 ticks and we always have it. I think. Although like imports would also, so we couldn't do anything super crazy. Where's get time? Nope, not speed. Timing. Get tick count, quick print, heads up. Basic time is a tick, 400 ticks per second. Yeah, like there's 400 ticks per second, so like this is silly to worry about any of these optimizations. Imports are free. Accidental importing module with the dot is free. If a function or module has been passed via arguments or variable assignment, it will cost 1 tick instead of 0. Function or module has been passed via arguments or variable assignments. It will cost 1 tick instead of 0. Oh, is that saying... No. Yeah, we should be able to just like set world size and then that'll be fine, right? All right, we're just gonna do it. Yeah, it's silly to worry about optimizing this much. We have 400 ticks per second. I don't need to worry about that one. But we will anyway. Well, we are going to be using world size a handful of times here, so. Although, when we refactor this, we're probably going to have, you know, a defined size, so this will change. And then we're just going to do till plant entities dot pumpkin. Like that's all we need for our initial trip, right? And move serpentine. Herder. I'm gonna call that I for now. Okay, so that'll plant all of our pumpkins, and then I'm actually surprised we haven't ran out of carrots yet. So then we'll do bad pumpkins equals a set. We'll do 4x in range, world size. I do this a lot, and it seems silly, but like I like to do it this way, is like actually type out things that I've already written, like things that are right down here. But like instead of copying and pasting it, I like to just like retype it. Like I don't know if that like just sears it into my brain more. Like so I rethink about it again. And then our plant result is going to be different, right? Because we're not going to have to worry about if it's grass, because it won't be. We're even going to change the name of it. Scan pumpkin. So if we can harvest, then return true. And if not, then we will do we plant the new pumpkin here? Like we're gonna be at the tile. So yeah, I think we do. Made him stop. I saved it. Reflex. Okay. So let's do. Yeah, we'll replant it, and then the set is just going to contain everything we have to check again later. So we're going to have the initial plant right here. And then we're going to have an initial scan. Initial planting. Initial scan for bad pumpkins. And we'll just say if not scan pumpkin. I think we're going to call this is good pumpkin. And then this looks a lot better as if not is good pumpkin. Or I guess it technically reads better if we just make it false. If is good pumpkin equals false. All about the readability. Then bad pumpkins dot add XY. Okay. And then we're going to loop until fix bad pumpkins. While lens bad pumpkins greater than 0. While we have any bad pumpkins, we are going to for are we gonna have problems modifying this set while traversing it? I do not know. I don't think they're ordered. We'll just give it a shot. 4 boards in bad pumpkins. Good thing we already made our move to command. Move to boards. Unpack. Does that work here? Maybe we just do chords 0. Yeah. I feel like I don't remember how to unpack a tuple. Expanding tuples into arguments. I've looked it up before. They might actually not let me use it too. Oh, it is star. I'm an idiot and I put it in the wrong spot. I knew it was star. I knew it was star. The fact that VS Code was complaining about it was the problem for me. That's how I knew that it probably wasn't the game's problem. Game still might not like it. 4 chords in bad pumpkins. Move 2. And then plant or till plant. Don't really have to till though, right? No, we're just gonna plant pumpkin. Plant entities dot pumpkin. Okay. The 4 chords in bad pumpkins. Oh, I guess we got to check first. If scan is good pumpkin equals false. Move there first. If is good pumpkin equals false, plant a new one. Else bad pumpkins dot remove chords. Hopefully that doesn't upset the list modification in a loop gods. And then we don't need a serpentine through this at all. And we shouldn't need anything else here. We just harvest if it ever gets out of that loop. Worst case scenario, we got a forever loop here. But this should... I mean, it's pretty compact. It's pretty easy to read. And should save us like 3 to 5 seconds of time. So definitely worth any of the effort. Import pumpkins. Error. Yep, they didn't like the expansion. I didn't think you would. Worth a shot. All right, so we're in initial planting. We can see it all go down over here. Oh, why are we on a weird... Hold up. We're not doing the correct serpentine or something here. Oh, it's like -1, isn't it? Range 3, blah, 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 blah. Wait, is it? Critters. Move serpentine. Critter eye. Range I. World size. World size. Get world size. Move serpentine. What's the problem? Okay, are we doing another move? Doesn't look like it. Oh, because he's still going up the whole time. Wait, were we setting... I feel like it's not moving serpentine at all. Did I break our serpentine? I didn't touch it. Or iron range. And for iron range, world size, till, plant, move serpentine, current directory is north, and then I. Wait, what did I add to? I did add something to serpentine, right? I added world size. World size is get world size. Which, I mean, we should already be passing. Wrong one. Like, it's clearly not seeing that it's hitting the end of the world, I guess. Nope. The fuck, guys. It's gonna be another stupid thing. Something that's so stupid. I know it. World size -1. I try to just like pass regular world size in here and just see if that unbreaks everything. Oh, you know what? We do have to also, and this isn't what's broken, but I just noticed we're not moving when we're scanning for the pumpkins. We did decide that we should be doing north inside the while loop, right? Like every loop, it should reset to north again. I think that's good, but also not the problem. Like it's just not deciding to start going south. Move serpentine, I. Herder is north. World size is 12. Till, move serpentine. If rho equals world size -1, then move east. So the problem is we get to here. Y is 11, which should be world size -1. Like, we're passing the same world size. It's just... I wonder if this is costing me a tick every time. Didn't think about that. Like, just having that function in the... Let's do that. And then... I can just update these. I'll say world size. I actually want to just define world size here. Get world size, and then we will input or import world size like everywhere. World size. World size. What else? Pumpkins. So let's just import world size. And all those should be fine. Move serpentine. Add world size. Again, this shouldn't be the problem though. We were just calling the function in our serpentine and it was not calling it here. Oh wait, no, we're not doing world size on this one.
Wow.
Wow. All right, try this again. Okay, now you're on 11. Herder is north. I is 10. Because it hasn't updated yet, right? Like it's still moving. Yeah, we're working on refining our pumpkin script to save like 10 seconds. So it's not the best use of time. World size 12, so 12. So if rho and rho is 11 equals, so then this should move east. Okay, it is doing that. Now, if current direction is north, then current direction. Oh, because I'm a goddamn idiot. I think. Wait. Yes, I am. And less of an idiot, I think, and more of forgetting how my own function works. We have to set Curder to what move Serpentine returns. That's all that was wrong. There we go. All right, so now going for our initial planting. And even though we're doing 3 separate loops this time, like this one is only gonna go once. And this one is only gonna go once. And this is gonna be the only one that repeats. And we, unless we're going for a really small pump. Oh, what the heck? What was that? What just happened there? Why was it doing that? This is all part of the scan, right? If is good pumpkin equals false. So can harvest is true. If is good pumpkin equals false, then add the coordinates. It shouldn't be doing anything to the actual pumpkins. Oh, wait, it does. Well, no, it should be fine. Till plant entities. Did I fuck up the till plant? I don't think I've touched that one. If ground type is grassland, and if plant type not in, can plant on grassland. Yeah, this should all be fine. It shouldn't try to, like, it's retilling this. Wait, I do say till somewhere, right? Hold up, which loop was I in there? Let's try this again. Okay, so what have you grown? Well, we're growing pumpkins. We've grown grass. We've grown carrots. We've grown trees. And we've started collecting some weird substance. Wait. Now you're good? The size of the collection cannot be changed within a for loop iterating over it, because changing the size of the collection would invalidate the iterator object for that loop. Yep. I kind of thought that was going to happen. That's fine. I don't know what happened the last time, though. Why did it... Oh. Because the loop ended and it started doing the... I think it started doing crop rotation, but it was also doing that bad. So we might have introduced lots of bugs. Excuse me. We still got to work on sunflowers and cactus, which are going to be 2 challenging things to like get a decent amount of, and mazes to get treasure, which we can start working on since we got some weird substance now. All right, so we can't change the loop, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen, which is, it's fine. It's fine. So we just make another loop. Bad pumpkins copy equals bad pumpkins dot copy. This will also make sure that it goes through all of the bad pumpkins before it goes back to the beginning. I don't know if I need to import copy in order to do that, but we'll find out. Records in Bad Pumpkins. Copy. Welcome to the office. Yeah, let me know. I can't imagine it not working, but also stranger things have happened. And then we'll remove straight from the regular list. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep on iterating over the Bad Pumpkins, but we'll remove. Do I gotta like recreate the object? Or chord should be fine, right? You'll just find the tuple that matches that. That should be good. Hopefully we have access to copy. The menu is running at 30 to 50 FPS at least. Did you tune any of the like there's a couple of graphic settings. I think like the VFX might help you out a little bit too. I mean, for I guess it does have to do a lot, but if you have a good CPU, I think that's what we're using most of. What did I change here? Oh, yeah, I just commented that out. That's fine. CPU is decent, just no GPU. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Turn down the effects. You probably even like turn down like the resolution and stuff. If you use like an external code editor. Okay, now why are you doing this thing again? We are still in Pumpkins. So it's like redoing that first loop. But like, why? Yeah, you just have to turn on the option. There's I forget what it's called. Like track file changes or whatever. Okay. Go trigger a warning, click the icon. Not planning any. Yeah, of course you can't. Like, I'm not asking you to. So we keep looping over this same. You should move on after this, right? Why did it happen that last time? I'm gonna excuse me. Yeah, it keeps going back to the outer loop. Using the same world size, so. Okay, and then we go back. It moves east. If the current direction is north. Okay, then it made it north. Return the current direction. And now we got the Bad Pumpkin set. And for X in range of world size. Y in range. If is good pumpkin is false. Can harvest is true. So we return true. And then, oh, we never move. God damn it. We never move. No, we do. Wait, no, this is the wrong. We only move if it's if it's a shitty pumpkin. Dummy. It's always dummy. That's just what I do. I look really confused for a while, and then realize I'm just an idiot. Why? Copy's never been defined. You must assign a value to a variable before using it. So we don't have access to copy. Unless I have to import it. From copy, import, copy. Let's see if it allows me to do that. We have access to basic Python. Built-ins. I got to figure out what was wrong with this, though. It was just skating along here. For X in range world size, for Y in range world size, if is good pumpkin is a false. I mean, I guess we do also want to make sure we're going in the right direction, but I don't think that was the problem. Just make sure, though. This we're not actually serpentining, so. If is good pumpkin, it was false. Bad pumpkins add. And then no matter what, we should move serpentine. Ah, not I. X or Y. That's the one. See if this is it. Oh man, module this name does not exist. The name needs to match file name. Okay. So, will you just copy my list? God damn it. I'm clicking in my window. Please stop moving everything else. I'm just going to say bad pumpkins copy equals bad pumpkins. I don't, that doesn't sound good. I don't think a set is a struct. And if it's a pointer, it seems like we're just copying the same values or the same object. Well, we'll see, I guess. Okay, so now we got the scan. And it's doing that pretty quick. And then we should only jump to Size of the... Size of this collection cannot be changed within a for loop iterating over it. Yeah, see? You know what we do? I got it. I got another workaround. Don't give me access to copy and then you complain when something breaks. All right. So good pumpkins now. And then instead of removing it, we add to good pumpkins. I don't know, I'm gonna get rid of the now. That's silly. I don't like it. Add boards. And then, excuse me, when we're done, I think we can just minus a set from a set, right? Subtracting one set from another, also known as finding the set difference, can be achieved. Yeah, we should be able to just minus both. So bad pumpkins equals bad pumpkins. Did I actually do minus equals? I think so. Minus equals, oh my god. Just find it. Good pumpkins. There. Gonna run out of carrots before this actually works. I did like how much faster things felt like they would be going had everything worked. Excuse me. All right, so our initial scan, and then where are you going? I can't tell if that's just my weird... What just happened? Oh, error. Minus equals can only be used on numbers. Bad pumpkins equals good pumpkins minus set. No. Bad. Minus good pumpkins. And we should harvest this. Wait a second though. That was the first time it was going to minus. It means it was the first time it finished going through the chords. So was it taking that long to go through the chords? You know what? Let's not use... Let's not use a set. Let's use a list. Right? Do we have any fear of adding like duplicates? I wonder. I guess we're gonna find out. And I'm just forgetting why I decided that this would be a good thing to try. Oh, because lists are ordered. So I think the problem might have been I was like going through a set that isn't ordered. So like it was probably jumping around to different spots because there was like this should add them in the order, like the serpentine order that we add them, which isn't necessarily going to be like the best. And try it out. All right, here's our scan. Now I think we should start. Okay, you missed one guy. Oh my God. You seriously can't subtract a list? I mean, I guess it's not just a list of numbers, so it's a little more complicated for this guy. Right, let's just do 4 ward in or quartz, whatever, in good pumpkins. And I think we'll go back to a set because, well, you know what? I do feel like it moved around a little better. Bad pumpkins dot remove quartz. That feels like overkill, but I suppose like subtracting a list of tuples from each other, finding the difference might be a little bit weird. A little bit too much to ask, I suppose. Now we could also do this on a smaller scale. I apologize. Sorry about that. I could hear that blow straight in the mic. It passed over that one dead pumpkin though. And that one. And like it keeps on going like up and down. Excuse me. It's the pneumonia. Okay, what the heck was that? So, something is going wrong here. I think it's going through this loop multiple times before it gets to this. So I want to see what our bad pumpkins looks like. Quick print, bad pumpkins. So after the scan, we should get a bad pumpkins readout. Okay, I mean, that worked, but zero one. I don't feel like we had this many bad pumpkins though. Thought I could like expand this or something. Nope. I guess let's run it again. I'm thinking we're adding too much to the bad list. Quick print. Then bad list. Bad pumpkins. We totally are going to run out of carrots. All right, I mean, there's a D2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I don't know, I got like around 30. 32, okay. All right, we're going to do something different. Cause we gotta. Instead of using my move to, we're just going to use the bad pumpkins list to track how many bad pumpkins are left. We're gonna go back to a set because I don't think it really matters anymore. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna be jumping to each location. Good pumpkin set. Add. And then for chords in good pumpkins, bad pumpkins not remove chords. Okay, and this is going to be just the serpentine pattern again. So instead of jumping to each, because it was jumping around a lot, 4 in range, world size, 4Y in range, world size. And I think all we need to do is do this. And then when it's done traversing, well, we're not iterating over the bad pumpkins anymore, so we can remove. Yeah, we don't need to do the good pumpkin, bad pumpkin compare anymore. We'll just if it's a good pumpkin, we'll just bad pumpkins dot remove towards. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we just do XY, right? XY. I think this should work, but I've thought that before. So this is going to do the same serpentine every time, but we will further equals move serpentine. You know what I'm also going to do real quick is just do a move to 0, 0. Make sure that we're there. Because right now we're getting to the end of our serpentine and it's moving east one more time, which is going back here, which is great. But just to make sure on like different sizes, maybe we end up here. Or if we have, if we have like an odd number, we're going to end up on top and then we end up over here. So we'll just move to 0, 0 at the beginning. Move to 0, 0. And then I think we might finally be done here. I think this can only move left and right too, so it can only do Manhattan kind of directions. So I don't know why it was fritzing out. I think it was just reading the coordinates in like a weird order. We'd have to like sort that list. All right, so now it should be keeping track of the dead ones. What we're looking for. Oh my god. 0, 0 is not an element of the set. But that's not. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, that's easy enough to fix, right? If XY is in, or just in, bad pumpkins, then remove it. Try again. Oh, we're getting so close. 2,100 carrots. I made one of these little spiky fidgety things. It spins on one side, and it's spiky, so you like squeeze it. I like it. Made one for my wife too. She likes it too. I made it thinking, you know what? I think I'd like that. And then I'm like, you know, I think my wife would really like that. And we both do. And it's quiet enough that I don't hear it like clicking on stream and stuff. Ooh. Okay. So now what you doing, buddy? Because you have none left. What just happened there? What just happened? Like we're removing in the loop. But the for loop has to finish. Right? Is that what's happening? So what I would need to do is add like if. Yeah. I think that's what's happening. I think it's the while loop is going to finish like the end of the for loop first before it checks again. So what we need to do is before we move another step, we say if len bad pumpkins use 0 break. And we can do that one step lower if len bad pumpkins equals 0 break. This is ugly. And it may finally work. I want to figure out why. Oh, because we're saying till here if we even though we don't necessarily. I could just clear, but then we'd have to retill. So instead, let's just add one little check if get ground type equals grasslands grounds dot grassland, then till. Otherwise, don't do shit. All right, now this is gonna work. I hope. That was the test, and it failed. All I needed it to do was like find that last rotten pumpkin and then just stop and harvest. Oh, hold up. Ah, damn it. Okay, I'm just before it goes any further. What we really need to do. I didn't set it because I didn't think about it. But we do need to move to 0 after we harvest. It would just harvest and then start this whole process from wherever it was. All right, lots of dead ones. The one thing that could fail on this is if our grid is too small or our drone is too fast. Since we're doing like the initial check. Just like after we finish the initial planting. Okay. Pause. What are we doing? Current move. Bad Pumpkin still has the thing in it? Because we didn't check 10-3 again. 10-3 was over here, right? So this is where it should. Yes. It's just visually, I can't remember that was a bad pumpkin at the time. But as soon as it hit 10-3, it harvested. Okay. It was the last run before we ran out of carrots, too. That was perfect. We wasted a lot of carrots on, like, resetting this, but... Oh, boy. All right, well, again, we saved, like, a couple milliseconds. We can start this up again so that we can get some other stuff. Oh, boy. I really do want to work on segmenting this so we can have like kind of everything running. Mazes. Weird substance which is obtained by fertilizing plants has a strange effect on bushes. Hey Orblitz, how you doing? A farmer working towards the removal of human workforce? That's me. You got this game because of me? Awesome. I thought it looked awesome, so I'm glad other people are finding it fun to kind of do stuff with. How'd you get the drone to move up and down like that? Been trying for a while myself and couldn't get it to work. I have my very own move serpentine method here that I'm basically importing everywhere. I save the direction like in pretty much every start of a function that involves movement. I save the direction. We usually just start it north, and then when I get to the end of that row, I call move serpentine with the current direction and with the current row and with the world size, and then I set it to the current direction because it responds with south if it's north and north if it's south. So that was another thing that saved me like a second. Just because I didn't want to watch my bot fly all the way down here and then go back up. It didn't take much time, but it was annoying to watch. So yeah, that was a fun one to do yesterday. So it's just this, and then when you move, just make sure, because I actually made the mistake today of forgetting how this works, and just called move serpentine without setting it to the current direction again, and yeah, that would was wondering why it wasn't working. Very clearly why. Because I implemented it in a certain way and then forgot. Alright, mazes. Substance which obtained by fertilizing plants has a strange effect on bushes. If the drone is over a bush and you call use item's weird substance amount, the bush will grow into a maze of hedges. The size of the maze depends on the amount of items Item weird substance used. The second argument in the use item call. Without maze upgrades, using N weird substance will result in an N by N maze. Each maze upgrade level doubles the treasure. It also doubles the amount of weird substance needed. So to make a full field maze. Substance equals get world size times 2 to the num unlocks mazes minus 1. Use item weird substance. For some reason, the drone can't fly over the hedges, even though they don't look that high. There is a treasure hidden somewhere in the hedge. Use harvest on the treasure to receive gold equal to the area of the maze. For example, a 5x5 maze will yield 25 maze. If you harvest anywhere else in the maze, it will simply disappear. Get entity type is equal to entities.treasure if the drone is over the treasure, and entities.hedge everywhere else in the maze. Oh, for some reason the drone can't fly over hedges. Oh, okay, I get it now. I thought I thought that was weird. I'm like, wait, how does the drone get into the maze then? But it's just saying you can't like cross through walls, which makes perfect sense. So we've unlocked mazes now. I still don't know if I want to actually do them yet. I think do we just work on the segmenting? Where basically we pass into our start function the coordinates like a start and end coordinate, or maybe just a start coordinate and a size. And then what kind of data structure would we use to like define that and to read it? Hey X, yeah, we're farming again. I had a little itch. Yep, we're up to 8,000 carrots, 100,000 pumpkins. We just spent way too long fixing pumpkins. By fixing, I mean nothing was wrong with them. I just didn't want to see my drone do like an entire pass after the pumpkin was grown to do it again. So we got rid of that. Like now, as soon as it finds the last pumpkin, the last good pumpkin, it will harvest it and start over again. Hey Kurgan, how you doing? Yeah, optimizing really stupid shit. So I want to I suppose we just like a dictionary, right? Zones. And we can do, I guess it doesn't really matter, but let's do Never mind, it kind of does matter. I think like there's nothing special about this. So I kind of like having all these guys together. So I think we're just gonna like check for them. Crop rotation. We might be able to like call this. How do we convert a string to a module? So then I can just say this module starts at back from the mini games running at 30 to 50 FPS with high graphics settings and 1440 res. Perfect game to play at work instead of actually code. That's awesome. We'll say 0, 0. And 6. That's how we're gonna... I mean, I could probably do something a little fancier, right? Make another dictionary. Start chords. I don't think I need to do this fancy. And we'll do start chords is going to be 0, 0, 0. And then size. Size will be 6. But it is easier to understand this way. And then we can do pumpkins. Start chords. I'm going to just do start. I think that's clear enough. We'll do... This is 0, right? Yeah, X is what we're starting. So 0, 6. I mean, do we have anything else? We do weird substance, which would be a different size thing. That's good. Weird substance. Oh my god. Push the right button. Start. We'll do 6, 0. Size 3. All right, so those are our zones. Now we just got to figure out how the drone is going to know which zone he's in to like continue from where he was, you know? Or no, we just go through each zone. Like, it would be cool if like we just did the same serpentine that we're doing now. We just like plant different things. But I feel like instead we just iterate through crop rotation, pumpkins, weird substance, and then we just move to the start point and do a single loop. Yeah. I don't think we have to do much else. I think Let's start with crop rotation. And I think we just need to move the loop. We need to get rid of the wild true because like each loop is going to be managed by... Do you even use water? I feel this stuff is growing too fast to need it anyway. Yeah, things are... I used it on... I think I use it on trees. Crops to water. I use it on like trees and carrots right now. I don't care enough. We might need it when we start shrinking the zones that we're going to be planting stuff. Like we have a smaller zone, we might actually make a loop and things aren't grown yet. But like with a huge 12 by 12, like by time we're done getting to here, everything's obviously going to be grown. But even then, if we're like divvying it up into multiple zones, you know, when we're done planting here, we move on to the next zone. So I don't know. Water doesn't seem super crazy. Like, what are we getting? How much water are we getting right now? Like, it's definitely not enough to cover our whole field, so it doesn't feel like it's super useful. Where's our water? Water. We are getting 0.8 per second right now. $1.6 per second. Ooh, we can expand the farm. 16 by 16. Not yet. Even my 6x6 field, it's always already grown. Yeah, I honestly don't know. It feels not super useful, but I just tried to shave off like, no, don't permanently delete this. Just tried to shave off like 5 seconds off of my pumpkin trip. So I'm sure there are some instances where maybe water would be useful. Maybe same with fertilizer. I mean, fertilizer is obviously useful to get weird substance. So, all right. So we'll start with the crop rotation one, and our start is gonna go start quartz. We'll pass the tuple for the quartz. Or should I just do like start X, start Y, and size. And we don't want to clear. And then I want to move. Actually, do we even need to move it? Let's just call loop. Or one loop. One rotation. I don't know. And then if I can't just get rid of this because we need 4 in range. This is what we need to change a lot of. World size needs to change to just size. Can harvest, then harvest. Plant type, crop rotation. Blend crop rotation. That's all fine. Size. Excuse me. Honestly, that's like, I think all we really need to do. Go. But I don't think go should be... Yeah, it's fine. So then each iteration, we just pass the start X, start Y, and size. Right? That's fine. We could probably make this like a class and then have it store it and all that. That might be another thing to look into later. But crop rotation, and then in main, we'll just kind of get rid of that for now. And let me see if I can find like a... Like we're importing them manually, but like, can I just call Python call method on module from module string name? Calling a function on a module by using its name. Oh, wait. Is that it? No, that's not it. Although that might be it. Is locals a thing in this? Locals. Crop rotation. Current local symbol table. But actually I don't want the locals. I want the actual module name. Everything is like telling me how to do the method string name, but method in a module. How about get module from string? Putting a module from a string. Now it's all about importing modules via string. This might just be, I'm not gonna look this up yet. If I want to refine it later, that would be great. But let's say crop rotation dot go zones. You know what? Just because I can't pass that all together anyway. Zoons. Crop rotation. X. Zones. Crop rotate. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep typing that. Doesn't help that crop rotations kind of log. Crops equals zones. Crop rotation. And then crop size. And then actually if I add this to while true, that should just do its thing, right? Oh, we stopped using clear in our thing, so we got to use it here in main. That is what I want. Now let's see if it just stays in that 6x6. Nope. Which I understand why. Jeff, let's do rotate, do zone. And we'll call the zone name zone module. So I'll go zone module dot do. I think we can just pass a reference to the module, right? And then at the end of the module, we're gonna move to zone data. Zone data. Oh no, we want to do that before. We want to do this in the beginning. So our initial thing should be zone data X and zone data Y. We want to move to the start from util import move to. Right. Then while true, we'll go do zone crop rotation, comma, zones crop rotation. Only thing that can make this simpler would be excuse me, if we could just pass the crop rotation and it would figure out everything else. I don't want to spend an hour looking up how to do that on Python. Oh boy. Okay, well that didn't work. Zone module.do. Okay. Crop rotation .do doesn't exist. What? Wasn't that the what? Wasn't that what I called it? Go. I kind of like do better though. Okay. So one zone done. Wait, can I just pass the module name as the key? Like, use the actual module for the key? I wonder. I gotta try that. That would make things easier. Hmm? Can't tell. I mean, I don't know if, because what I want to do is iterate over the keys, like instead of having to like define them again down here. Which I guess we could do for module in zones. Say for M, just in case there's a probably restricted M zones M. Yeah. Right? Although that might not be. For module is the key and then value, but we're not using the value right now, so we could. Is it sillily that's that easy? Let's see if I get rid of everything else. Module crop rotation can't be used as a key. Very explicit. All right, fine. Built-in module name. I'm gonna find some like way to call the module with the string. I suppose what I could do is X, Y, size, and func module. Would this work? We can't use it as a key, but can we use it as a value? Is there any way to get the growth level of a pumpkin, or do you just count until the full field is harvestable and then do it the next run? Like, do you want to see my pumpkin script? Hex, you're supposed to know. Items is never defined. Oh yeah, because we're not using a dictionary anymore. So this is as simple as for zone in zones. And first is zone.module. Right, this should all just be zone data. Right, because we're not in a dictionary anymore. So then our do zone should just be zone data. And this is just going to be zone data module dot do. Right? Woo! Trying to keep it simple here for now. Yeah, I immediately went for like, well, how do we make the biggest pumpkin? I didn't want anything to do with one pumpkin at a time. But yeah, there's no way to check like the status of the crop. It's either can harvest or not. That's it. You can see what kind of crop is planted and check if it's harvestable. But like I haven't found, at least, and I don't think there is a way, because we were playing with the weird substance earlier, and I haven't found a way to check if a tile is fertilized or diseased or infected yet. So I don't think there's even a way to do that, which I think is intentional. I think it's a like you instead of just checking to see if the tile is infected, you should be keeping track and doing the math to space out your infections appropriately, I went ahead with counting the number of harvestable pumpkins and check if num harvestable equals get world size times 2. That's what I did. Well, I did it backwards, but I did pumpkins needed, and then I would just subtract every good pumpkin that we found. And once I had that at 0, I harvested the whole thing. It just requires you to like loop over it over and over again until you've replaced all the bad pumpkins. Yeah, now I'm doing I'm just storing a set of the bad pumpkins. That way I keep track of like that exact last pumpkin that I need to replace, and once that gets picked up, then I harvest the whole thing. All right, so this works. I think we just need to edit or modify the other modules a little bit. Carrots are a bit low? Yeah, a little bit. So let's see, pumpkins. Now we're gonna have to do a decent amount of modifying here. So pumpkin size equals... You know what? We're not even gonna do that. We don't need a pumpkin size. We're gonna do our do. It was do, right? Do. Do is going to be start X, start Y. Oh my god. Size. We're not going to clear. We're not going to do a while true. I don't know about the thing about this is going to be this kind of loops until it does the full pumpkin. We might need to try to bail out early. I wonder. I don't think I'm going to worry about it right now. You know, so we're going to have this pumpkin taking up a little bit more time. That's fine. Replace all the sizes. I should never use this start X, start Y. You know what? There probably is times where I'm going to want that though. Like right here. Yeah, so even though we don't use it in crop rotation 1, we're going to want to do that here. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Start X. Start Y. You know what? This we should handle in main. Main will go to the start location before it runs the do. Start X, start Y. I think that should be okay. And what do we got left? We got a warning? Oh, pumpkin size. Where is that getting called? It's not, because we're just emptying the set in order to figure out that we have all the pumpkins we need. Oops. All right. And then let's do weird substance as well, because this is a pretty small one. So start X, start Y, size. And we call this do. We no longer clear. We no longer loop. We move to... We're going to keep it as a 3x3. Like, we assume it's a 3x3 right now. But we should be able... Yeah, we should be able to make this bigger. And then we just know that we plant every other thing. That might be what we want to do next. And we'll say size, even though our size is going to be 3. I think that is it, right? All right. We'll go. Now we should plant crop rotation. Oh, I didn't save main. God damn it. Yeah, I didn't save it on purpose. Because I didn't want it to stop what it was doing. Module. This was pumpkins. Module. Weird substance. Did we get it on the first try? Oh, we kind of do. I think this will be also cool once we get once we get more drones. Which, what did we need for that? I think we need treasure for that, didn't we? Yeah. We got to start doing mazes. I don't know if I got time to write a Dijkstra algorithm or whatever. Should we just try it out, though? I suppose. Oh, you know what we could also do is times. Like the weird substance thing happens so infrequently that it... What the hell happened here? It doesn't know what to do. Something broke. Oh. Oh, it went through the whole process and then realized that there was a whole pumpkin there. I don't know why it didn't catch it last time. So there's obviously still a bug there. Oh, we can have like a repeat option here. Times for crop rotation, let's do like 3. And then times 1 on the pumpkins. And then times 10 on the weird substance, because it's a pretty quick one. 4. In range. Zone times. I'll do this one 3. Then I'll do 1 set of pumpkins. I don't know why I keeps going there. I don't know. This is a little strange. What would make it not figure out that it needs to break? Like it keeps going this way too. The size is getting passed. And then this time it's basically like planting, but there's nothing to plant, and then scanning and there's no bad ones, and then when it goes back to the beginning it's like, oh, okay, everything's good. I just don't know why it's freaking out after that first one, and then like scans over here for a bit. Move to start X, start Y. Start X, start Y. Should be but down here, because this is where it gets a little confused. Length of bad pumpkins greater than 0. It seems to only be after it finishes the pumpkin. If XY is in bad pumpkins, then remove it. If bad pumpkins length is 0, break. See, it's doing it again. I think it was doing... this. Alright, I'm gonna watch it one more time. I think we'll pause it this time. Oh, this time it didn't even finish all the dead ones. If I pause and then we look at pumpkins, well, no, this is going to be bad pumpkins isn't going to be defined anymore, right? Like not doing anything in here. Yeah. It's got some weird thing that's causing it to kind of keep scanning this way. All right, I guess one more time. How's abouts? We do one of everything. I want to pause it after it starts veering outside of the zone. So he does like go that way. This is it. Because the serpentine, I believe, is moving east, which is usually what it wants to do. But if it gets to like the bottom, like if it's on its edge, we need it to stop. I guess what we were relying on before was that it would jump back over here. Okay. Right, because like bad pumpkins. Still has 2 bad pumpkins that it needs to check on. If I hit play, it's gonna like keep on going that way, and then yeah. So I think we got to change something in here. The move east happening first. Do we have to like move this into our other methods? Or do we only got to do no. Oh, I guess world size. It doesn't matter. And we'll change this to size to be a little bit more meaningful. It isn't the world size. If row equals size -1. So what we're doing is checking if we're up or down. But we also need to check this is technically Y. And X. We need to pass X as well. Without it, move serpentine. I mean, I think we can even pass like 0. And be fine. Like if it doesn't matter. But it should matter. So let's do X, Y. Just to keep it nice and neat. Y. Oops. I don't know why I decided to do I there. X, Y, X, Y, and X, Y. X, Y. And then here, we're just gonna, if our X value is if X equals size -1, not equal size -1, we'll move east. Think that'll do it? Should I do like the loop here? Or should we trust the other things to do the loop? Like, does this kind of fix things? If not, we might, in the pumpkin script, just need to move to the start location like after that serpentine loop. Nope. They didn't move to the east. That actually worked, but now I think we need to do something here. So we do serpentine. And then, yeah, when we get here, we need to move to start X, start Y. That's the game changer right there. I don't think we actually ran a successful one of these. And if we did, we just got like lucky with the bad pumpkins. Oh, what are you doing now? Okay. Okay, that wasn't the thing. That wasn't it. What the hell was that? Remove serpentine. Oh wait. No, the while The while loop needs to move, right? Yeah, it's after both for loops are finished. There's the ticket. This time for real. All right, pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin. Back to start. Do it again. Do it again. Yes, there you go. That just happened to be like the last one. So it had to do a whole loop anyway. Yes. Woo! I actually thought this segmenting thing was going to be quite a bit harder. And it would be if we wanted to do like the drone was still doing like its normal rotation. I don't think it would be impossible, but there would be a lot of states that we'd have to change and or save. They basically were where they left off. I think we'd have to move things into classes and like initialize them and kind of not a terrible idea, but I'm kind of okay with doing like little pumpkin or little farms because it is working. It is working quite well, I think. And then we got room for maybe some cactus up here. We got some sunflower over here. We can like fill. Oh, you know what? My zones only have a single size, so technically, I think we would need. I would need to do like a 4x4 or a 5x5. And then the cactuses would have to be, it'd be weird. We can get a bigger farm though. But I think that's all we're going to have time for today though. I think we're going to wrap this up here and I just like it. I thought we'd get more done today, but we also just worked on shaving off 5 seconds of our pumpkin harvest for a very long time. But I'm happy with the way things are shaping up. We're going to be back on Monday at 1 a.m. Central Time. And I don't know. We might still be playing this. We might be playing some No Man's Sky. We might be playing something else. I don't know yet. Those very important 5 seconds. I mean, when you're doing it over and over again, they add up. But yeah, I'll figure out what I want to play, and kind of just go with my gut on Monday. Hopefully I'm closer to 100% and I don't have this stupid nagging cough and just like, right here. But thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. If you want to stick around for another minute, I'll see if I can find someone to raid. But you guys have a great weekend and I'll see you on Monday. Take it easy, everybody.